I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee. Yo-do-do-do-dee. I'm having breakfast with Mary Lee.
I hope you're in the mood for a tall stack of pancakes. Kiwanis Club of Winchester's Community Pancake Day coming up November the 4th. We'll be talking about that, and we'll be talking with Marsha Boden, who is the director of the Olive Branch Food Pantry at Victory Church. They're going to be the main beneficiary of Pancake Day. Right now, though, you're brain buster. The average man first does this at the age of 34. Does what? Is it A, trims his ear hairs, B, gets his first full physical, or C, dresses up to hand out Halloween candy? Your answer at the end of the podcast. Right now, a look at the weekly podcast planner. Monday the 23rd, National Horror Movie Day. Two of my favorites, Black Christmas and the original Exorcist. Tuesday the 24th, it's National Bologna Day, or bologna. Put it in the frying pan, it gets that big old hump on it. The 24th is also United Nations Day, founded October 24th, 1945. Say a prayer for our United Nations. So many issues to handle right now all around the world. Wednesday the 25th, now we're talking, it's National Greasy Foods Day. On Thursday the 26th, it's National Pumpkin Day. Of course, we started celebrating pumpkin spice, back in August? But the 26th, it's all pumpkins. Friday the 27th, it's National Black Cat Day. And we just added a new kitty to our family, solid black with gold eyes. Saturday the 28th, it's National First Responders Day. Whether it's local news or news from around the world, we see footage of accidents or bombings, and it upsets us. Imagine what first responders go through. Saturday the 28th, it's National Chocolate Day. Sunday the 29th, talk about going from one extreme to the other, the 29th is National Oatmeal Day. I'm not sure chocolate could even can help that. And before we go to Marsha Boden in the interview, I just want to share a sound recording that I made inside my home. A few nights ago, we heard a cricket chirping in our house. It was coming from the living room where we were watching TV. And then the next night, it was in the utility room. And then the next night, it was in the dining room, in a bookcase. Now, in the natural world, male crickets are the ones that do the chirping. And that chirping is all about securing a mate. And I felt sad because this cricket's going from room to room looking for another cricket. He's lonely. And crickets have a whole repertoire of calls. There's one for attracting females from afar, another for close-up courtship. There's even a triumphal after-mating song. And even though during the summertime you hear crickets chirping outside and it's a pleasant, natural sound, but inside, trying to watch TV or whatever, that loud chirping is sort of annoying. Like when your smoke alarm is low on batteries and it does that chirping. But it also made me very sad. Here's this poor guy calling out, singing for a mate, and what are the chances he's going to find one in my utility room or in my bookcase? Looking for love in all the wrong places. But there he was for 3 days calling out his love song. Well, we finally found him and transported him to the garage. I didn't want to sit him outside on the cold nights. I mean, he'd probably worked real hard to get inside our house, so I put him in the garage, hoping that he'll have a better chance of finding a mate. Look at me, Mr. Cricket Matchmaker. Alrighty, let's talk about filling our tummies with pancakes, but also helping to feed our community that's food insecure. It's a fall tradition. It's the Kiwanis Club of Winchester Pancake Day. It's coming up Saturday, November the 4th at the War Memorial Building in Jim Barnett Park. The main beneficiary this year is the Olive Branch Food Pantry at Victory Church. We'll talk more about Pancake Day, but right now, let's find out all about Olive Branch Food Pantry. Marsha Boden is the director. Marsha, it's great to have you with us.
Thank you, Barry. It's good to be with you also. Let me start out by telling you a little bit about how this pantry began. Our church was First Assembly over on Pleasant Valley Road, and in the mid-1960s, people began to knock on the door during the week and saying they had a need for food. So our pastor at that time, Pastor Wigfield, decided to get a few cans of food and keep them on a shelf in the office. So let's fast forward to 2005. We have built a new facility on Middle Road. We're at 2870 Middle Road, and it is Victory Church. So our pantry at that time, we were serving, about 30 to 40 families per week. We were able to have them in the church, come into the gymnasium. We had tables set up, and it was a great time to be able to actually see the people that have a need and find out how we could help them. They were able to choose their own food products, which was good. We partner with West Oaks Market, and in season we have loads of vegetables. Jimmy John's Sub Shop provides bread for us every week. Panera, we get breads and sweets, which is a real treat. We partner with H.P. Hood for milk, and also Martin's Food Store on Route 7 east of Winchester for fresh produce and fruits. And also Skank Foods Company will donate to us also. Oftentimes, someone will bring in fresh vegetables, especially in the summer months, other than the markets. We have farmers who come in, or orchardists that sometimes donate apples, and we're thrilled to get those. So all of this was pre-COVID. When COVID hit, and of course everything closed down, we had to quickly get into gear with some kind of a drive-through pantry, because we certainly didn't want our families that are in need to go without. So we went from approximately 40 families a week. The first week we did the drive-through, we had 120. We went up to 150. And by the end of the really drastic period when so many people were out of work, we served 212 families in one Wednesday. So we were just so grateful. We were getting food from everywhere that we could find. And besides that, we had stores sending us laundry products, baby products. So now we decided, we were taking up the whole gymnasium. We began a child care program, so we needed to get out of the gymnasium. So we took over the youth ministry section of the church, and the youth have just been great helpers through all this and so patient. But now is the time for us to plan on a pantry building. So, of course, this all transpired back, 21. We actually got plans, got with a great contractor. We decided on the building plans. We broke ground in March of 2023 for this 5,000 square foot building. And we have just been blessed with so many things happening for us. We've just had great response from people wanting to donate, to get involved with this. Right now, phase 1 is done. We are almost through phase 2. The drywall went up last week. Everything will be self-contained in that building. We are still going to run it as a drive-through pantry, which is much more convenient. And we just seem to be able to help so many people. The volunteers, these people are so dedicated. I have some volunteers that actually will get off a night shift work and come in and volunteer for so many hours on Tuesday to prep the boxes and then on Wednesday to give out. So I'm very fortunate that we have a team that has the same heart set, not only the mindset, but the heart set to help the community. We hope to be able to have the building completed and have our occupancy permit, that we could be in there in December of this year and be able to give out our Christmas giveaway, which will be, our usual food giveaway with a little extras. But we hope to do that in December of this year.
It's been a busy quarter for you all. While the construction's going on, are you still operating the pantry?
Yes, we are. We are operating out of Victory Church, out of the youth ministry area. We serve in front of the church under our canopy. We are still getting lots of products from those throughout the area. We are averaging 115 to 120 households per week. So it's a huge thing. And we do operate this 50 weeks out of the year.
Marsha, for people that would like to participate in the Olive Branch Food Pantry program, do they need to register? How does this work?
We also participate with the Blue Ridge Area Food Bank. That's where our main food products come from. So we participate in the program USDA. We give out USDA foods once a month, and you qualify for that according to the number in your household and your income. However, if anyone does not qualify for that, no problem. Everyone who comes to us that has a food need, we have a box of groceries for them. A typical box of food that we would give out, we are averaging $130 worth of groceries per week per box.
Wow, that's impressive. So for those people that are listening that are in need, what is the schedule there at Olive Branch Food Pantry?
Okay, we give food out from 9:30 a.m. until noon each Wednesday. We have cones and directions about how to get to the front of the church, and we have great volunteers out there. They just go out through the line, check people in, get their information, and we have little cards that we give them. You have a certain color card if you qualify for USDA, and another if you're just getting the regular food that we've purchased. It's all basically the same type items, but there might be a few discrepancies in it. We have someone that shows them how to get to the front of the church under the canopy, and we have volunteers that just load their vehicles for them.
Wow, what an incredible, incredible service to our local citizens. And again, that's Wednesday from 9:30 until noon, and all your good volunteers are there to help guide people through the process. If people want to find out more about how to participate in the program or how to volunteer, what do you suggest, Marsha?
They can just come in on Wednesday. They can contact the main church number, which is 540-667-9400, to find out information. If there are any people that feel the desire to volunteer and help out, they can check in with that phone number, the 667-9400, leave a message for me, and I'll be in contact with them to put them to work. You know, we are so fortunate in this country. There should never be any family that is food insecure.
Amen. Well, bless your hearts, all of you. And that takes a whole army of volunteers, but you could use more. And I know your good volunteers are going to be helping out with the Kiwanis Club of Winchester on Pancake Day, November the 4th. Your pantry is the main beneficiary. And I just want to pass along to our listeners that Kiwanis Community Pancake Day, again, November 4th from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m., right there at the War Memorial Building in Jim Barnett Park. Tickets are $7 in advance, $8 at the door. Kids 4 to 6 are only $3, and kids 3 and under are free. Tickets are available from any Kiwanis member or Insurance Center of Winchester, Les Veach Insurance, Gore's Custom Meats, and Stonewall Mini Storage. There's going to be multiple cooking stations and roving coffee servers, and there's also carry-out. Again, that good Gore sausage, literally over a ton of sausage, hundreds upon hundreds of pancakes, multiple cooking stations and roving coffee servers to keep the lines moving. There's also milk and juice. Carry-out is available. And if you'd like, you can bring along a non-perishable food item to share. But I know you'll see Marsha Boden and the good volunteers at Victory Church out there on the 4th as well. But Marsha, thanks so much for taking care of so many in our community that are food insecure. This is a great service. We really appreciate Olive Branch Food Pantry and your time.
Thank you very much, Barry. I appreciate it.
All righty, can't let you go without the answer to the Brain Buster. The question was, the average man first does this at age 34. Does what? Is it A, trims his ear hairs, B, gets his first full physical, or C, dresses up to hand out Halloween candy? And the answer is trims those ear hairs. A. You know the honeymoon's over when your wife gets you an ear hair trimmer. Cross my heart, artichoke, true, about 10 Christmases ago. Anyway, have a blessed week.